Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've had a great day. And today I have for you a detox flow to release tension and to improve your metabolism. So we'll start with our legs wider than the hips and hands on our waist, and the knees are straightened out. So most of us generally tend to hold stress in our upper bodies, including going down to our pelvis, and we are sitting or standing the full day. So we'll start by just bending forward half, kind of a semi bend. We're not doing a full bend in the beginning. Hands are still at the waist, so we're just gently opening up our body, and kind of it's focusing more on improving the blood flow as well. So then you go straight back up. It's a deliberate, as usual, it's a deliberate and intentional practice. So when you come, remind yourself of your intention. We'll repeat again, going forward, a semi forward bend, gentle, just opening up the lower back, hands still at the waist, and breathe. And then you go back up. This is to gently improve your blood flow and to make sure that all the tension that you end up storing and holding in the upper body, traps and back, and we are able to release it. Now gently allowing your hands to slide down the legs, we'll take the bend a little bit forward, a little bit more, and then a few moments later we can put our hands gently on the mat and take time to go to the mat, in the sense that allow your body to gently find a way, your hands to gently find a way to the mat, not to force, to avoid any injury. And now push one leg in, as you will see, and it's a side push. So as you put one leg, as you nudge it a bit in, you will feel it stretch. And now I'm doing the same. You gently push it sideways inwards and you'll feel a stretch. Your hips are going to move. So hands are on the mat, and then we gently push one of our legs in for a stretch, and then we repeat it on the other side, and then we gently come up, making sure we breathe. Now parts of this practice might be a bit intense, so take a break whenever necessary. Again, we'll go down, a forward bend, hips are way wider than the legs, find a comfortable place, hands on the mat, stay there, and you can push back a bit gently on the legs to push the stretch a bit more, making sure not to cause any excessive stretching or distress. You can allow your arms to go back up, take a few, take them a bit forward. Here you may notice quite a bit of a stretch on the back of your legs, on your hamstrings and calves, and then you can go back in, closer to your legs. So you'll see generally we are standing up or sitting up, so constantly we are in that pose, holding on to stress. And so when you start lowering your body down, allowing your upper body to relax, the blood flow to the brain starts to improve. Your legs and your back and your glutes get a chance to open up and Focus on mobility and stability there. Again, allowing your hands to walk outwards straight, stretching out your glutes, your hamstrings and calves, and then you go back in, staying there. Now this might be a bit uncomfortable because it's a bit intense with the head down, and if you feel uncomfortable or any kind of discomfort, feel free to pause and stop it right there, and you can always come back to it. Okay, now we'll just join our legs in, bend our knees as much as required, and then we'll go down and put our hands on the mat, a lovely forward bend with a lot of our weight resting on our legs. Now this is a great way to activate our leg muscles, our glute muscles. Straighten your knees, stretch, and then again bend your knees, rest your body, your upper body on your legs. Again, stretch your knees out, stretching the legs, back, arms and glutes out, and then we bend again. Now this is a great way to exercise, to kind of utilize, to activate our lower body, upper body and arms, and focus on improving blood flow, focus on this detoxifying our body of all the stress, of all the tension that we have been holding. Again, we'll go back to a wide-legged stance, hands on our waist, and then gently allowing our hands to slide down the legs, then straight onto the mat. Again, we'll stretch, pushing one leg sideways in, stretching out the inner thigh and the glutes. Stay here, making sure you breathe into the stretch and be aware. And then we will turn as much as our body allows and allowing our hands to walk towards the same leg. Now this again, it makes this posture a bit more intense, so please be mindful, make sure you're breathing and make sure that you're not unnecessarily pushing anywhere that's exaggerating any injury or pain. Coming back to the center, now we move on to the other side, pushing that leg gently in again, stretching the inner thighs, and then we'll follow it up with our hands walking towards the foot there. Now this is again an intense stretch, so any discomfort, feel free to take a break, lie down, go back to your breathing, check in with your body, and all is well, then you can come back to this. Coming back to the middle, to the center, gently push, allow your upper body to loosen up. Now this is something that it will require you to focus and be aware. Now again, we'll repeat it. We'll go back to one side, allowing our hands to walk till wherever they can. Coming back to the center, and then we go to the other side. Now every posture, every pose will feel different on each side depending on how strong your right and left sides are, which is your dominant side, which is your non-dominant side, and if you have had any injuries or if you have any imbalances or any other issues. So just be aware and pay attention to your body, how it feels, which part feels what. Now we'll allow our palms to walk a bit forward and come back. creating more heat, creating this movement within stillness. So, without excessively increasing our heart rate, without kind of jumping up and down, we are still creating this routine where we are able to not just let our tension and stress go, but also detoxify, kind of relax and create more movement, more fluidity in ourselves. Again, bend your knees. We'll go back to the narrow stance, feet together, and hands come down and rest on the mat as we allow our body to rest on our thighs. You could hold on to both your elbows and just allowing your neck and upper body to relax further and gently up. Again, back to the wide-legged stance. Before moving forward, always make sure, check in with yourself that this is stable, that you feel stable. Okay, with our hands still on our hips, we'll take a gentle side bend. Again, another way to create gentle and yet effective and simple movement, allowing your body to move, allowing your blood to move, allowing every breath to kind of go through your body. We'll go back and do it the same, a gentle side bend on the other side. Coming back to the center, and we'll repeat it on each side, making sure that you do not excessively do anything, making sure you breathe, and always know that you, anytime if it's uncomfortable or you have a discomfort, stop it right there and check in with yourself. On the other side, coming back to the center, hands are still on the hips, and then gently we'll go back to the forward bend in the wide-legged stance. Palms on the mat. Check in with your body when you when you're go into a pose, when you go into a posture, make sure you check in with your body at any point of time for any kind of excessive discomfort, or perhaps you don't feel so good, or if you check in with your breathing, that you're breathing well, and then proceed further. That ways you will be able to avoid any injuries, avoid any unpleasant situations, and focus on more improvement, more calm, health, wellness, and all the good things. Now, gently bring one hand to the center and putting the other hand on your waist, turn to the side. Now, this is the posture that you start on. Now, if your body permits, feel free to open out the hand that's on your waist straight up, and then you look up. Now, be mindful that this is the next stage. And if your body only allows you to hold on to your waist and look side, like now I'm doing on the other side, you can see, then stay here and take time to go back to the next stage where you open up your hand and you look up, because this is a twist. It's a wide-legged twist, especially for your upper body. You are bent, so if your body permits, go ahead and extend your arms out and look up and back down to the center. Allowing our head and neck to relax. The bend also promotes and improves blood flow to our head and neck, which of course leads us to feel more relaxed, more calm. We'll repeat it on each side. One hand in the center, the other on the waist, and then we look to the side. And if our body allows right now, we'll open the arm up, and we'll look up. Breathe. Bring it down. A few breaths at the center, as always, checking in with our breath and our body and our mind. And then we go on to the other side, hand on the waist, looking sideways, one hand on the floor, and then after we check in with our body, allowing the hand to open up as we look in the same direction, up. Staying here, we breathe, we're aware of our body, we're aware of our breath, and then we come back, both hands on the ground, on the mat. And gently we can slide our feet in towards the center, slowly getting up. Now, narrow stance, feet together, knees bent as much as required, and resting our body on our thighs, almost the full upper body is on our thighs, resting hands down on the mat. Making sure you're breathing, allowing your tension and stress to kind of get away from you, allowing it to let go, releasing it, detoxifying yourself of it. On the ground as we end the practice, and opening up our knees, joining our toes together. We extend our hands forward and we go into child's pose. And this is a great way to detoxify, to let go of your tension and stress, improve your metabolism. And thank you so much for being here. Do let me know when you do it, how you feel, and wish you all the health. Thank you.